And we moved out when I was 10 years old. And, it was nice in those days, the schooling. Small schools, they weren't, massive. You didn't have schools like even the high school, didn't have a swimming pool, that came later. Matter of fact, it came after I got out of high school. Could have enjoyed the pool, but it wasn't there. Um, but and of course, then all of a sudden you wind up, small elementary, and now you're being bused to a middle school, and then you wind up getting bused to the first high school that Syosset, where we moved to, opened up, and I started there in the 8th grade, I guess it was, because the middle school was merged into the high school, and then I went through the process and graduated from there, and then I had a bad car accident. Now I was scheduled to go on active duty with the Navy, but that was postponed for about a year, and then I eventually, passed the physical. The doctor had said to me when he saw my leg, I had a compound fracture of my left leg, and he saw my leg with the scar, and he says, do you want to go active duty? I said, yeah, I got nothing better else to do, and so, I can get you out. I said, no, I'll go. And it was a good decision. So the Navy was important. I did my active duty up in Rhode Island. I got the worst duty I could imagine. I was hoping to, get to see the world, and I got onto a radar picket ship. Back in those days, we didn't have the satellite up there, and the land-based radar was, restricted as to its effectiveness. So my ship would go out. We make circles. We do that for 30 days. Pull back into Rhode Island. And we'd be in there for about maybe 30 days. Back out again for a different section along the East Coast, and that was it. The only foreign port I saw was Halifax, Nova Scotia. We went in there for a weekend. I mean, I was thrilled. I'm finally going to see something in the Navy, but it still was a good experience because you grow, from a slap happy child or a kid, and you start to realize you're starting to enter into manhood. And you grow up. And my parents were thrilled to death when that finally occurred. And the bosun mate said to me, I need a volunteer to hang over the side of the ship and chip and paint. I'm looking over the side of the ship. It's a long way down to the water. So he says, you? Me? So I had to put a life jacket on, and we're going to sit me in this metal bosun's cage and hang me over. And all of a sudden they announced my name on the PA system to report the ship's office. I said, boats, I'll be right back. I just got called. I go down there. The personnel man at the office was they had a Dutch door, so they had it half opened. And he's standing there with my file open. And he says, man, I see here you know how to type. I said, yeah. He says, would you like to work in the ship's office? I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, when will I start? You can start right now. I said, I'm your man. So I went topside again, told the bosun mate, I'm working in ship's office. He gives somebody else the life jacket. And my brother was in the insurance business. He was responsible. He got me in through a friend interview in the city, and I got a job, and I got $65 a week to travel from Long Island to New York City. $65 a week. But we made do, and so that was also, a good situation. I always made a living. You're always going to be, rich, but I made a living.